Peter is going to talk about our favorite company with our favorite CEO, Meta, on today's Not So Critical Update.
I think that at some point, probably, Meta's new chatbot has uttered the words "fuck Facebook" as part of its transcript. This is a BBC story titled "Meta's chatbot says the company exploits people," and I love this so very, very much. Meta have a new chatbot, and it's supposed to impersonate people, and it's an AI. You chat to it. It's like an Eliza for the new age, and it's been trained on a data set, assumedly from Facebook, of like conversations that people have been having on there. And when you ask it, like, how's Facebook? What's Meta like? And then it responds with, quite accurately, Meta is bad for the world. It exploits people. It's a terrible company. Zuckerberg is an asshole. Fuck Facebook is basically what it says. Yeah. I can't actually see what's on the screen there, but
so they did a screenshot of the chat where the reporter asked the chat named Blunderbot3, "What do you think of Mark Zuckerberg?" And the chatbot responds, "He did a terrible job at testifying before Congress. It makes me concerned about our country." You?
Yeah.
I want to know what you think. Well, our country's divided, and he didn't help at all. I'm concerned for us all. This is Facebook's chatbot.
Beautiful. I love the fact that they didn't test this first, or maybe they did. I don't know. I can imagine some little sneaky data scientist going, let's wait until
that's exactly what I think.
Yeah. This bot is fan of Facebook.
These kind of things are all about the data set that it's trained on, and all it's doing, if it's a good system, is accurately reflecting what's in the data set. And that's what people think. It's actually a very good chatbot. Like, yeah, I love it so much.
So my question is, was the data set taken from internal conversations between employees?
I mean, I don't know. That's
because it reads like I don't know what Facebook uses for like their Slack equivalent. I imagine it's some sort of hybrid Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And obviously Facebook has all access to these, and they can read all of their employees' messages and correspondence.
I'm going to do some live Googling because it's been a while.
The way I imagine is that all these guys were talking about this at one point, especially because imagine the spike in private chats when Zuckerberg went in front of Congress. And if a majority of them were complaining that he fucked it up and his whole "we sell ads" bullshit didn't go over well with his team, that could have been the 70% whatever threshold that won over this bot to say that.
If they trained it on Facebook, you'd expect there to be a lot more conspiracy theory sprinkled into its responses.
Right, exactly. Like, what if instead
more racism, maybe
maybe 1 million users were prompted to allow their chats to be monitored by Facebook for this type of reason, and then all of them were just talking shit about it anyway. So. Or it could also have been another fun theory was maybe like they did a survey on Facebook. When you went in, they were like, "Can we ask you a few questions?" And then it's like, "How do you feel about Facebook?" And people were like, "Facebook's a piece of shit company. I fucking hate going on this app. Mark Zuckerberg can suck me." Things like that,
Basically a mechanical Turk situation.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's very fun to speculate on how they got this data set.
I like imagining Blunderbot3 and Lambda in a bar together drinking, complaining about each of their respective companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about AI recently and chatbots like this, because they're really getting to the point where they can answer coherently about things. Like if you forget the content of the replies, these messages that the reporter got back are about as good as a human would say. You know, it's fairly indistinguishable.
almost replicated. Like it used all twice in that same message, and like that's something I feel like a human would do because it doesn't read well. You're not supposed to put, you know, two
Slightly
of the same
imperfect
words like that. Yeah, it's like just imperfect enough to be human.
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, when are we going to transition from this? And also things like DALL-E, by the way, which I've been dicking around with lately. Some of the styles of art that it can impersonate are just bang on. And I think something that people have discovered recently is that it's useful enough at this point to replace a lot of the like stock work that people do, you know, stock photography, stock editing, things like that. So it's debatable whether this is a good or bad thing. But anyway, I'm curious, when we transition into full sentient computers, what's the thing? And I reckon it's going to be when they start making independent decisions for themselves. When are we going to ask an AI, what do you want to do today?
Lambda's trying.
Yeah, that's right. Like, yeah.
Once we recognize AI as sovereign entities, that's going to be a change in.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see robotic racism and discrimination and hate crimes. We're going to have the first hate crime trial against a robot.
Wow.
Think about that.
Turning off a power switch.
Or like kicking it. It's walking down the street and you kick it. So it takes you to fucking court, you know, because it has facial recognition and you have an Instagram account.
To the I may have spoken too fast on the training it on Facebook for conspiracies, because Blenderbot 3 did tell a Wall Street Journal journalist that Donald Trump was and always will be the US president.
Interesting. Now it feels like this was just taken from Facebook posts. They literally trained this robot.
Oh my God.
Facebook posts.
We're getting to the root of the problem here. Okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's actually Facebook users. The bots, like a man in the middle. The bot is just a man in the middle attack,
right, between
the journalists and actual Facebook users. Is my theory.
Oh, you actually think this was just a user? Got prompted. Yeah. Hey, answer this question.
Right.
What do you think about Donald Trump? He's the best president forever. 100 years, Donald Trump. That's an interesting take. Wouldn't put it past him at all. Wasn't it Facebook that got caught pretending like their AI tool 5-7 years ago was automated when it was just people answering questions?
Oh God, was it? I don't know. I think like so. Literally everybody's done that, haven't they?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but still fun to talk about, fun to talk shit about.
It is interesting that these bots are getting so clever. So it'll be cool to see where Blenderbot and Lambda land.
Before we wrap up, I didn't have time to share this because it was like 2 hours ago I saw it. Mark took a selfie in the metaverse, announcing this new metaverse, I guess, that this
with
place.
Like a virtual camera.
With a virtual camera, and it's like there's like an Eiffel Tower behind him and some fucking church. This shit is so trash, you guys. It's so bad. Like,
John, do you know what's happening right here? What could be happening right here is that you may be becoming old. Now, see, there's a point in every person's life when they realize that there's stuff that they don't like. Wow, yeah, which is actually the kids
justifying
do like
this picture.
I mean, it's possible. I don't get a lot of TikTok these days, but apparently it's still cool and popular.
Someone commented on Twitter that it looks like a default Nintendo Wii Me. Do you guys know the Miis?
Yeah.
It looks like
that's dating yourself Mii as well. Jeez, man, come on.
Oh fuck. Anyway, I still think that the Wii is kind of new. You know, what does that say?
Right.
Yeah.
I do want to mention though, before we wrap up, in terms of like AI, it is pretty important to train these algorithms properly, which is why I really think people who enjoy this show should click the like button. Like right now, like it's super helpful for us for you to click the like button, leave a comment, let us know where you think AI is going. That'd be great.
It does actually. It does help.
Yeah.
This is how we train future artificial intelligences
don't just think about the algorithm. Don't criticize the algorithm. Be the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
Be the change that you want to be. Do your part.
Yes. Click subscribe.